If you are exhausted from trying to keep everyone happy, your friends, your family, your coworkers, then this episode is for you. Because no matter how much you do, if you're afraid of still disappointing people, you're never going to feel entirely free. Today, I'll show you how 2 words, let them, can turn you from people-pleasing to finding balance, harmony, and freedom within yourself and help you go from overthinking to becoming confident in yourself. I'm Fortune. I know exactly what it feels like to overthink everything and be terrified to disappoint someone. I had the job. I looked confident, but inside I was constantly editing myself to fit what I thought everyone expected of me. I lost confidence in myself, not because I was afraid, but I found myself giving away power to try to keep everyone else comfortable. And then I came across 2 words that completely changed how I live. Let them. Let them think what they want. Let them misunderstand. And let them leave. That shift gave me confidence, and I want to walk you through that today. You might have heard Mel Robbins' theory, the let them theory, but this isn't just a trendy quote. It's a mindset shift that changed my life because it gave me permission to stop performing and to start living authentically. Let them means let them misunderstand you. Let them talk about you and let them judge. You don't need their opinions to be free. Most of us are burnt out, not from doing too much, but from carrying everyone else's expectations on top of our own. And the truth is, you can't build true confidence while you're constantly editing who you are authentically. So today, I'm walking you through what let them really means and how to use it as a tool to stop overthinking, reclaim and build your confidence, and to finally feel like yourself again. Shift number 1 is let them feel however they feel. Your job is to be clear. Their reaction is their responsibility. You are not responsible for how other people interpret your truth. How you live your life and the things that you choose to pursue, to go after. Those are things that you need to cherish for yourself and not expect other people to be responsible for those things or to co-sign on those things. You want to go after something that you deem important, but you're worried about what other people think. You're worried about how other people worry about that thing that you want to do. But the thing here that you have to understand is you're wasting energy and time trying to manage other people's nervous system when you have your own nervous system that you need to take care of first and make sure that you are truly okay with the decision and the thing that you want to go after. One thing that you have to realize, and something that I realized and helped free myself of worrying about what other people think, is that even if you do everything right, even if you live by other people's standards, even if you follow the process that other people outline, and you think that you're living according to what you perceive they want you to live as, you can still be wrong and they can still be upset at you, even if you feel like you did the right thing. So it's one of those things where you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So if you live for other people and they end up being upset anyways because you didn't do it perfectly, then what's the difference if you live for the thing that you want to go after and accomplish your own goals and you get it, and if they're still upset, it's the same result, but ultimately you are much happier with yourself and eventually you will come out on top. The let them theory helped me realize that other people's emotions are their emotions to carry. Your friends, even your family, your coworkers, your old coworkers, their emotions of what they think about you and your decisions and what you decide to do, ultimately it's for them to carry and not for you to take that on and to carry that on for yourself, because your burden of trying to do this really tough thing, this really hard thing, is already hard enough. But when you try to carry other people's emotions and you put that into consideration, that leads you into actually not doing the thing that you want to do. So you have to realize that their emotions are their own emotions and you have to let them carry their own emotions while you carry your own. I'm not saying this to say that you have to be cold or you have to be inconsiderate of others. You can still be kind, you can still be honest, but yet be misunderstood by other people. You don't have to be cold or cut people off all the time. You can still choose to do you and do the thing that you want to do and still be kind and honest to those people, but be okay with them not understanding you and realizing that you can let them feel however they're going to feel and keep moving forward. If this message is hitting home and you are tired of not feeling confident and want to rebuild your confidence, then subscribe to this channel. Every single week, I'm going to share simple tools with you that are going to help you stop overthinking, rebuild your confidence, and follow through on what matters. You don't have to figure it all alone. Let's do it together. Let's get back into it. Shift number 2, let them think what they think. Confidence doesn't come from being liked. It comes from being in alignment with your purpose. You don't owe anyone a PR campaign about your own growth. A PR campaign is a public relations campaign, and this is something that companies most often put out there, and it's basically a written statement about the things that they're planning on doing, their strategy, and they're essentially explaining to the public and the shareholders what the company is doing, why they're doing it, and why people should expect them to grow to a certain extent. In life, you don't need to do that. It works for companies, but in life, it typically does not work when you try to write a PR campaign for every single thing that you do when you're trying to grow in life. Because when you're trying to grow, you're typically going to be doing things that, number one, other people perceive to be too hard for they themselves to do, or number two, it's something that they don't see themselves being able to do, so they don't cheer you on the way that you would think. Some people do, yes, that is great, and cherish those people, but there's also going to be a lot of people that if you try to write a PR campaign for every single thing that you'll do, you're going to be very disappointed by the reaction. It's just going to bring you down. So you don't owe anyone that PR campaign. When you explain too much, you find yourself performing instead of living. Stop trying to explain yourself for doing the things that you want to do. Just go out and do, and let the results speak. Let the accomplishments, or let the growth that will come out of it and the growth that people will see speak. If you fail, you're going to grow from that. If you succeed, you're going to grow from that as well. Let that be the thing that talks, not you trying to over-explain what you want to do. Every time you find yourself trying to clarify what doesn't need to be explained, you're going to find yourself getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And the more people you talk to, the more people you try to clarify that thing to, the more you're going to start talking yourself out of it, because you're going to start to feel like, because people don't understand that and people are not buying into that thing, then what you're trying to go after is wrong and it's never going to work. And ultimately, you're going to stop yourself from trying. The goal here is confidence. It's balance. It's harmony inside of yourself. It's not to be universally understood by everybody. Nobody that's accomplished hard and great things has ever been understood by every single person, because not everybody can see themselves accomplishing that thing. Therefore, they can't understand it. And the only way they know how to react is by shutting it down. So you have to understand that. Stop explaining yourself to other people and let them think what they want, but you keep moving forward. Let's go even deeper with shift number 3. Let them go. Let them have their story. You've got one to write to. Some people aren't meant to go with you. This is something that I learned later on in life, late in my 20s, and now I'm 30 years old. I didn't understand this in the beginning. There is a quote by Steve Harvey, a video I watched a couple years ago, and it's called "Everybody That Comes With You Can't Go With You." And Steve was talking in an interview, and he was explaining something that his father, who was a coal miner and uneducated, told him this specific quote that he, Steve Harvey himself, finally understood later on in his adulthood, and he's carried that through his entire life. And it's everybody that comes with you can't go with you. You're going to have seasonal friends. You're going to have seasonal acquaintances, and that is okay. There are certain people in your life that are in your life for a specific period of time. There are certain people in your life that are in your life for a particular arc or chapter in your life, and it's okay to let them go once that is no longer the chapter in life that you're in. Or rather, they may not even be in that chapter of life on their perspective, and they might let you go. So you have to be comfortable and understand that not everybody that comes with you will go with you. Very few people that are actually going to go through life with you all the way up until the day that you pass away and you pass on. Those are the people that you need to cherish. Those are the people that you need to deeply love and hold tight. But if somebody is only in your life for a season, and if an acquaintance is only in your life for a short period of time, let them go and be okay with that, understanding that you didn't do anything wrong, they didn't do anything wrong. It's just the way it is in that moment. Holding on through guilt is not love for somebody. It's not love for something. It's fear. It's fear of isolation, fear of abandonment, fear of losing something. And you have to be okay with letting go and being at peace with understanding that you're just going a different way in life, a different path in life, and you're going to make more connections. And there's some connections that obviously you're going to keep and nurture, and they're going to be with you for the rest of your life. So there is joy and there is greatness and happiness in that. The more you release, the lighter you're going to become. So think about you going through life right now. Imagine you're carrying a backpack as you're walking through life, and every time that you pick up something in life, you pick up a burden, you pick up something that you're holding on to that you should really let go, you're putting that into your backpack and you're adding 10 pounds, 10 pounds, 10 pounds. Eventually, that bag is going to get so heavy that you're not going to be able to carry it. You're not going to be able to carry it, and it's going to feel and weigh down on you. So you need to start taking out some of that weight. You need to start emptying some of that stuff in that bag and making sure that it's getting lighter and lighter. And one of my favorite quotes from Shifu Shi Hangyi, Master Shi Hangyi of Shaolin Temple Europe, he mentions that the journey in life, and when you decide you want to change and you want to go after something, you have to empty the cup. You have to empty the cup so that you can fill it up again. So you have to let them go so that you can make room for the things that really resonate with you and that you should be carrying. You can love them, but you can also still choose you. You can also still choose to love yourself and move on. Which brings us to our next shift. Let them stay confused. The more you try to be understood by everyone, the more you forget who you are. You are not here to be universally approved. You are here to be true to yourself. Not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to like the decisions that you make. Not everybody's going to approve of you. And the sooner and quicker you understand that, the better you can actually start to live and the freer that you're going to be in life. We tend to want people to understand us. We want people to really get what we're trying to do and to feel like they understand. And the reason for that is we want them to sign off on our decisions, to say that, yes, we're doing the right thing. And that gives us that confidence to move forward and do the thing when everybody around you is telling you yes. Interesting thing about life, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. The only time that happens is if you're trying to please other people. If you're trying to please other people and those around you, then you're going to get the majority that are going to have a consensus and say, yes, do it. But if you're trying to do something you want to do that is not aligned to other people, you're going to get the opposite. You're going to get pushback. You're going to get people telling you that what you're trying to do is never going to work. And you have to understand that you've got to trust yourself. You've got to trust yourself to be able to put yourself out there, to take a risk, and to be able to fail. Sure, that's going to happen, but understand that you have what people call resilience, and resilience is the power and the ability to bounce back and go even higher. So once you truly understand that, then you're going to be free and be able to move a little bit faster. People might not get it. People might not get it when you want to do something that they conceive to be risky, when you want to do something they don't see themselves being able to do. People might not get it, but that's not a crisis in your life. That's not something for you to freak out about. That's something for you to take note, to acknowledge, understand their perspective, understand where they're coming from, who they are, why they don't get what you're trying to do. Take that on and consider it. Consider it, but at the same time, stay strong in your foundation, stay strong in your conviction. And if you still feel like you need to go after that thing, then you should really go after it. You also don't need to correct every single narrative out there. People will say stuff about you. People will talk about you. They'll say things behind your back. Your friends, your family, and your coworkers, your old coworkers, they're going to talk about you. They're going to say things about you, and you may not like some of those things. You may think that they're completely wrong about you, and they totally misunderstand you and don't get why you're doing something that you're doing. Guess what? Let them be confused. Let them talk. Let them not understand, and realize that whether they think you're right or wrong, it doesn't matter. Ultimately, you are the one that is to wake up with your decisions every single morning. You are the one that is to live with your decision, and you are the one that has to put in the work and move forward. This next shift is extremely important, and you need to pay attention to this. Let me be me. Let them do what they're going to do. Let me be who I am becoming. The let them theory, according to Mel Robbins, is the boundary. That is the line in the ground that you're going to set to let them, right? Let them be confused. Let them be wrong. Let them not understand me. That is the line that you're going to set. Let me is the permission that you're going to give yourself to now go and do that thing. Those two together work together. And the let them theory, according to Mel, and the let them formula is great, but it's not complete by itself. It only becomes complete when you put the let them and you put the let me together, because you're letting other people do what they're going to do. You're letting them be them. But now you need to let you do the thing that you're going to do. You need to let me do what I'm going to do. And that is ultimately when this formula works. You don't necessarily need to let go of everybody around you and just let them go off and completely ghost everyone or cut everybody off. No, that's going to actually lead you to being very lonely. Let them, but let me. What you need to do is to stop holding yourself hostage. You can still have people around you. You can still love people. You can still be deeply connected with other people. But at the same time, you can still live your own life, because ultimately their opinion of you is not going to dictate how your life shapes. And rather, it shouldn't dictate how your life shapes, because if you truly want to live a life of balance, harmony, and purpose, then you need to find what you are meant to do and what your purpose is, and let them be them, and then let you be you. Let me grow. Let me take the risk. Let me start a YouTube channel. Let me build a business. Let me go and get the certification. Let me move to this new state and start this new job. Let me do me. Let me take up space, and let me accomplish my goals. That's the mentality. That's the shift. Those are the things that you need to be thinking about. And that's how you need to be thinking in order to actually feel like you're free to do the things you want to do. This is how real self-trust is built. A lot of times you'll find yourself scared to make a decision because you don't trust yourself. You don't trust that you're going to be able to come out on the other side, because you're putting yourself out there and you're afraid that you're going to fail and you're going to look bad in front of your friends, in front of your family, and you're afraid that they're going to judge you. But when you let them and then you let me, you start to build self-trust. And it all begins by giving yourself the permission to let you be you. If you keep trying to manage everyone's opinion, you're going to stay stuck in where you are right now. You're going to stay stuck living a life that is not yours. But if you learn and apply the let them theory, you're going to release the need to be liked and understood and applauded, and you can finally make the move to set yourself free. That's when true confidence begins, is when you stop performing and you decide to finally trust yourself. If this message hits something in you and you start to feel the pull to stop performing and start living with more confidence, there's another episode I made just for this moment. In this next episode, I break down the 5 lies that keep you stuck in overthinking and how you can overcome them, so check them out right here.